What's up, everyone? Today, I want to talk about bringing the joy. This is one of my favorite pieces of advice to give to someone when they say they want to change their life. When they say that, I say, great, bring the joy. If you're going to come to one of my seminars, bring the joy. You're going to go to my house for a party, bring the joy. You're going to show up at work, what are you going to do? Bring the joy, right? If you're going somewhere, you have to intentionally decide to make that place better because you walked in. Most people don't do that. They walk into environments and say, well, the energy is what it is. And they absorb it. They mirror it. They surrender to it. But why? Why do you do that? Why not challenge yourself to be responsible for the energy you bring? Why not be the one who changes the room? Why not be the person who leaves that environment a better place than they found it? We are surrounded today in this world by negativity, offense, anger, complaining, low-level energy everywhere. It feels like culture feeds off pessimism, right? And the only people who will shift that are the ones willing to generate something different. The power plant doesn't just have energy. It has to generate it. You don't just have joy, you generate it. You don't just have happiness, you have to create it by how you think, how you speak, how you show up at places. Scripture is so clear about this. In Proverbs 17 verse 22, it says, a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Right? You hear that? A joyful heart is good medicine. Medicine changes chemistry. Medicine affects our body. Scripture was defining emotional physiology long before neuroscience had the tools to even measure that. Neuroscience now shows when you intentionally shift your emotional state towards gratitude, towards joy or appreciation, what happens? You change your brain's chemistry. You increase dopamine and serotonin activity. You lower cortisol. You strengthen neural pathways associated with resilience and optimism. In simple terms, what happens is when you bring joy into a space, you're not just being nice. You're regulating your nervous system and influencing everyone else's. Romans 12:2 tells us to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. That renewal is not automatic, it's intentional. Every time that we choose to shift perspective, to speak life instead of complaint, to honor instead of criticize, what we're doing is literally rewiring our brain. Neuroplasticity, it tells us that the brain adapts to repeated thoughts and behavior patterns. So if we practice joy, what happens? The brain gets better at joy. But my real question becomes very simple. Are you going to let random emotions run your life? Are you? Or are you going to consciously generate the experience that you want? Are you going to be automatic or intentional? That is the difference. Let's talk about how we bring the joy. The first thing we do is we have to cue happiness. If you're sitting at a table and everyone's complaining, what you can do is you can add fuel to the fire. You can join right in and start talking bad or, complaining, or you can shift the direction. What can you ask? You can say something like, what's some good happening in your life right now? What is something good happening to you? Or what are you grateful for this week? Attention directs emotion. Our brain follows focus. So when you redirect your attention, you redirect emotional chemistry. Okay, the second thing we do, use humor. Laughter. Okay, super easy. Love it. It reduces stress hormones. It increases endorphins. It lowers tension in the body. One funny story can change the entire emotional climate of a room. You don't need to be a comedian to do this. Just bring something light. One moment of laughter. It interrupts negativity. The third thing you can do, be helpful. Joy doesn't always mean loud positivity. Sometimes it means stepping into someone else's struggle and offering perspectives. When you help someone solve a problem, you restore a sense of control. You know what control does? It reduces anxiety in the brain. You're not just giving advice. You're calming someone's nervous system for them. Fourth thing we can do, we can honor people. Most people feel unseen. They feel unappreciated, unacknowledged. You know what Hebrews 10 verse 24 says? It says, let us consider how to stir up another to love the good works. That word consider means intentionality. You have to be intentional and think about how to build someone up. When you specifically and sincerely appreciate someone else, you activate reward security, that security in their brain. You elevate their sense of worth. You literally strengthen relational bonds. Cue happiness, baby. Use humor, be helpful, honor people, bring the joy. And at the end of your life, you won't regret lifting rooms. You won't regret being intentional about your presence, but you will regret being the person who consistently adds negativity. So decide now. Every room I walk into gets better because I walked in. I'm not a thermometer reacting to the temperature. I'm a thermostat setting it. Bring the joy. If this resonated with you and you want to go deeper into building the culture within your own life, integrating faith, neuroscience, and real leadership, get a hold of me. Check out jjshaver.com. That's jjshaver.com. And remember, live fully, love openly, and make your difference today. Let's build an unbreakable culture within. See you next time.